Hey guys, so this is my first video on Fortnite, and this is gonna be a introduction to the series How to Go Pro in Fortnite. And I'm gonna go in this first video, I'm gonna go over the different topics we're gonna talk about. And in this video, it's more about the mindset you have to have going into this series. So who am I? I'm Slugg, and I've been playing Hearthstone, it's just a card game, on a professional level for a couple of years. And I picked up Fortnite a couple of months ago. I'm still making a lot of progress, but I'm not pro yet. That is my goal, or at least to be a pro streamer. But Hearthstone and Fortnite is the same in the mindset, because you need to be able to want to learn, to be able to learn. I'm gonna go more over that. So yeah, the first thing we're gonna talk about is mindset. And yes, so the idea is you need to want to learn to be able to learn it. It's the same if you're in school and you have a subject and you need to learn it. You don't want to learn it, and then you don't learn it. But if you actually put in the work and if you want to learn the subject, you're gonna learn it. And I've seen like a lot of players from like any game, Counter-Strike for example, who's been playing it since 1.6, and they're good, but they're not on a pro level. They're not that good. Where some people have only played it for a couple of years, and they are they are just ahead of them because they optimize their gameplay and they want to learn. So the fact that you're here means that you are ready to improve. So that's the first step. So I want to get into having fun versus learning. Having fun is good, but the problem about having fun is you don't take it as serious. So if you want to be serious and if you want to learn, then focusing on the learning aspect is gonna do you better if you want to get better at the game instead of just having fun. Learning can also be fun. I myself like learning, seeing my progress, how I go. But learning can also be difficult because you have to push yourself in order to become better. I also want to go into talent versus hard work, because some people just have the talent and they will improve really quickly and get really good really quickly. But usually those people can become lazy when they've hit a spot where it gets hard for them to where the hard workers, they might not be as good in the beginning, but they will still keep grinding when they reach the hard areas. Also, stuff like exercising and eating healthy I want to do it more myself, but it is really important if you want to be able to be focused for more hours. And the more you're focused, the more you will learn. So that's also a life hack right there. Yeah, and you should think of it as homework, like the focus aspect. Like if you have a day where you have some homework you need to do, or just back in the middle school, if you remember the times where you had some homework and you were tired and you were just not focused, it was so hard to get over, and you probably just quit it most times. But if you actually had the good days where you were still focused on the subject, you would do it in no time. It would be a breeze. It's the same thing here, that you need to try to keep your focus up for longer periods of time. Also, if you're feeling tired or if you're feeling hungry or have any other biological needs, you need to fix those before you practice, because you're gonna, like, if you need to pee, then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna have it in the back of your mind you need to pee, and then you're not focused on the game, and you need to be focused on the game to learn. So fix your biological needs if you can. Most of the time you could, but if you're tired, take a break, do some cocaine, drink some energy drinks, something like that. I usually drink a lot of energy drinks because of that. But also just that was the focus aspect. You need to be focused to learn. You also need to have you don't need to, but it helps me personally with posture, like how you're sitting and how you're playing. If you play the same way every day, if you sit in a upright angle and you are having the same, you're sitting the same every day, then your muscle memory. I'm not a genius on this, but I just know for my sake that if I sit the same way all of the whole day, then I'm gonna learn more than if I sit like random ass fucking ways. And I think it has to do with muscle memory. So if you sit in a stationary sitting and then it's, I don't know, it just works for me. Fix your posture, fix your table, stuff like that, so you sit right. Also, you need to have some expectations. Also, you have to be real about it. Some expectations versus reality. You have to understand that only a very small percentage of players goes pro, because being pro means that you're one of the best players in the world. And in order to become one of the best players in the world, you need to put in the time and effort to do so. So if you're not able to play 8-10 hours a day, you might not go pro. That's just how it is. But you can get to a point where you maybe be signed by a smaller team who can pick you up like that. But you like just playing 4 hours a day, 2 hours a day, you can become really good pretty quickly. But obviously the players who play more will get better. That's just how the world works. So the core of learning is to find your flaws and improve them. In Fortnite, that would be aim, and that would be building, that would be game sense, stuff like this. I'm gonna have different videos for this. But just the idea of knowing what you're doing wrong so you can improve it, that's the whole root of learning. And also, something that you have to realize is that pro players, they aren't superhuman. They aren't like these talent players who's just like the best at everything. They are normal human beings. And I remember back when I was playing Hearthstone, and I was gonna play against Super JJ, one of the best players in the world back then. I think he was ranked 4th that year. And I was playing against him on stage at DreamHack Summer 2016. Nimsh, a Hearthstone retired Hearthstone caster, told me that, Slugg, you have to realize that Super JJ is not immortal and that he's just another player like you. And I won that match being down 0-2, and I reverse swept him 3-2. So that meant so much to me that he told me that, because I had this vision of these pro players that they were just, it was impossible for me to become that because I didn't feel like that. But it's all about mindset. Like, you need to be able to learn and want to learn to learn. So everything about what I'm going to talk about is how to learn the game and how to improve your gameplay with every session you play. So that was it for this video. I'm going to go over the next parts I'm going to have. This is part 0, just an introduction to the whole series. But the first part is going to be about settings and key bindings, how to optimize those to fit your playstyle. And the second one is going to be aim, how to improve your aim fast. Obviously, just playing the game is fine, but if you want to really step it up, I have some good shit you can look forward to. And also how to get better at building. I also have some strategies for that, and also some tricks and some clips I'm gonna show you. And the fourth part is gonna be positioning and game sense. Stuff like, would an idiot do this? Then don't. Would Ninja do this? Then probably. Or no. I don't know. I'm gonna go over it in the video. And also the fifth part is gonna be understanding like more of how the game works, like the weapons, stuff like, one example is the ordinary pistol. The gray pistol hits for 23, I believe, but the blue pistol hits for 25, which is huge difference. Instead of killing a guy with 5 shots, you kill them with 4 shots. So that's a huge difference. Even though it's like 2 numbers, it's a huge difference. And it headshots for 50, so that's also a some big shit. So I'm gonna go over like which weapons to pick up, why, and which playstyle you use the different weapons in. And the sixth part is gonna be if you're like how to track your stats and how to improve accordingly. And the seventh part is like when you've become really good and you feel like you're one of the best players, how do you go from that to being a pro player? Because that's the hard part. That is finding a team and networking with people so they understand your skill, all of this. Obviously having the stats really help, but you also need to speak with other pro people in order to become pro, so teams can pick you up. I'm gonna go over that and how to, like, with custom games and stuff like this, how to elevate your gameplay from being like winning 50% of your games. Let's say winning 30% of your games. That's like doable at least. 40 and 60% is also doable, but 30% is like what you should be at before you go into custom games. And there's even a requirement that you have to have a 40% win rate and an 8 KD to join a Discord server, for example. But guys, that was it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you liked it, leave a like. And if you're looking forward to the other videos, leave a subscription so you can be notified about that. And click the bell and whatever. So thank you so much for watching. How long was this video? 11 minutes. Perfect. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna try to make these every day so I'm done within a week or two, something like that. And hopefully we'll get some good feedback. So see ya guys in the Battle Royale.